In this video, I'm going to look at finding these percentages of these values. So to do number 1, I'm going to find 10% of 150. Now 10% as a fraction is 10 over 100, and that's going to be the same as trying to find some value on 150, because these two fractions should be the same. So to do that, I'm going to multiply the diagonal values. That does not involve x, and that's going to give me 10 times 150. And then I'm going to divide by what's left over. So I'm going to divide by this 100. So divide by 100. And that will give me my value for x. So that will equal x. So to work this out, we can do this a couple of ways. The first thing I'm going to look at is the fact that I can cancel out some of the stuff on the top with what's on the bottom. I can cancel out this 0 here with this 0, because that will be both dividing those out by 10. And I can cancel out this 0 with this one here. And that's going to leave me with the fact that x is equal to 15. So 10% of 150 is 15. I can check this by the fact that 10% of something means that I can take that something, so it's the same as taking that something and dividing it by 10. And now to divide something by 10, all I have to do is take the decimal place and move it one place to the center, and that is equal to 15. So I can use two methods to work this out to be the same. So that means that 10% of 150 is equal to 15. So let's have a look now at number 2. I'm going to look at finding 20% of 400. I'll use this system here first. 20% is the same as 20 over 100, and I'm trying to find some value over 400. So do the same thing again, multiply the two diagonals, and that gives me 20 times 400, and then divide what's left over, so I divide by 100. And that's going to give me my value for x. So this one's really easy to see the simplification, because I just divide 400 by 100, and that's going to leave me with 20 times 4, and 20 times 4 is equal to 80. So 20% of 400 is 80. And now if I have a look at number 3, I have 15% of 30. I'll use this system again. 15 over 100 is equal to x over 30. So 15%, some value over 30. So again, I'll take my two diagonals, which is my 15 and my 30, and I'll multiply those together. 15 times 30, and then I will divide with whatever's left, so divide by 100, and that is going to give me x. So I'm going to get rid of these two zeros here, and I'm going to be left with 15 times 3 divided by 10. So 15 times 3, well, I'll work that out over here. 15 times 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, so that's 45. So we have 45 divided by 10. And to work that out, all I have to do is take my decimal place, move it one place to the left, and I get that 45 divided by 10 is 4.5. So this gives me that 15% of 30 is 4.5. Working on to our next one, I have number 4, where I'm trying to work out 25%, which is 25 over 100, of 20. So I write that as x over 20. So using this process again, I'll multiply my two diagonals, so I end up with 25 times 20, and divide with whatever's left, so divide by 100, and that is going to give me my value for x. So I can cancel out these two zeros, that's nice and easy, and I'm left with 25 times 2 over 10, 25 times 2, 25 times 2, 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, so 25 times 2 is 50 over 10. Well, I can now work this out by cancelling out those zeros, and I am left with 5. So 25% of 20 is 5. And then I'm going to work out my last one over here. So I have 70% of 90. So I'm going to have 70 over 100 is equal to some value over 90. And then all I have to do is again multiply my two diagonals, which leaves me with 70 times 90, and divide by whatever's left, divide by 100. So grab that, and that will give me x. Well, I can cancel out that 0 with that 0, and that 0 with that 0, and that leaves me that x is 7 times 9, and 7 times 9 is 63. So my last value, 70% of 90, is 63. So by using this method of working out percentages of values, it's a really easy process of just multiply the two diagonals, divide with what's left. If I have something like 10%, all I need to do is just divide by 10.